Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to the program Month of Allah. As the month of Ramadan is winding down, this is a very sad time for the believers. Because if we were to understand how great the month of Ramadan truly was, we wish it would last the entire month. Because we are the guests of Allah, because this is His month. Therefore, when the month of Ramadan comes to an end, some people are worrying about what are they going to do afterwards? What's going to happen to their spirituality afterwards? To address this question, there is positive news that now that we have purified ourselves, we have done repentance, we have sought the forgiveness of God, we have done many different acts of worship, we are now in a better position to continue our spiritual journey after the month of Ramadan. That we should not make the month of Shawwal a month that we are now relaxed, a month that if I followed and obeyed the commands of God during the month of Ramadan, that now I can be much more relaxed in the month of Shawwal. That should not be true. Because when a person acts and performs amal as-salih, good actions, genuine actions, that itself is a nur, that itself is a light, and that's going to guide them spiritually towards a higher level. Therefore, now that we have all these great actions, because the night of Qadr, the actions are worth more than 80 years of worship. Now that we have put these actions behind us, and now that we have performed these actions, we have light, we have nur, and that we have a better chance to increase our spirituality after the month of Ramadan. When we look at one of the traditions from Imam Baqir alayhi salam, the fifth Imam, he is narrated to have said, "Udu anfusakum al-khair." Get yourself accustomed to khair. In the holy month of Ramadan, how much have we gotten accustomed to reciting the Holy Quran? It's much easier for us now. So when you're accustomed to something, it's much easier for you to go on the same track and continue reading the Holy Quran and make it part of your daily routine. When we think about our prayers that we did, when we think about that connection that we had, when we think about fasting, even recommended fasting, it's much easier for us to continue the same track that we had, because this is how spirituality works. When you get accustomed to something, it's much easier for it to occur, and you don't even think about it anymore. Those that have performed mustahabat and recommended deeds, and they have gotten themselves used to it, becomes for them very natural, and they don't even think about doing those mustahab things. For example, having wudu when you go outside, having wudu and having ablution, and you're always cleansed and pure. It becomes something second nature for us. So this is the glad tidings that we have, that after the month of Ramadan ends, we have a new light, we have more nur, and we are more accustomed to doing good. We're accustomed to going to the masjid. Let's not break this habit. Some of these habits that we have now are good habits. And the other narrations, it says, "Man ya'mal yazdad quwwatan," from Imam Ali alayhi salam. When a person acts, he becomes stronger. We are now much more stronger. The way that we can fight against our nafs, we can fight against our lower desires, we are much more stronger. We had taken away water and drink and food from ourselves. Therefore, we are the most powerful people when it comes to fighting our nafs and our lower desires. We are stronger. And if a person, man yugassir fil amal yazdad fatra, if a person has shortcomings in his actions, he becomes weaker. So after the month of Ramadan, this is when a believer should shine the most. This is when a believer continues, because the stages of spirituality happen slowly, and slowly you increase your connection to God and you reach a higher level. Let's not go back down and think that the month of Ramadan has ended, therefore I'm going to go back to the same person I used to be. You are now a new person. Let's continue and strive and progress in the path of spirituality after the month of Ramadan. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين.